Okay, welcome guys. So in this video we will see some of the tips for writing the exams, like especially in presenting your answer sheet in a better manner. So by following these tips you can improve your scores by at least 5 to 10 marks, although with the same technical content, by not improving the quality of your answers for the same quality of the answers. If you follow these tips you will easily get 5 to 10 marks more. So first we will see how to leave your impression in your answer sheet. So to understand that, first you have to understand what is the purpose of an examination. So we all know that the main purpose of the examination is to test the students' knowledge, like how far they know some things about this topic, and what is the depth of understanding that the student has achieved. So you, instead of treating the exam paper as a scary thing, you treat your answer sheet as a medium through which you can convey your thoughts to the evaluator. So because the exam is like a communication between the student and the evaluator, so it is a kind of non-real time passive communication. So it is non-real time because you are writing the exam today, and the evaluator will see your paper after maybe 5 days or after 10 days, and therefore it is passive communication. There is no reply channel. You cannot give any reply. He cannot ask anything. So you have to convey your thoughts in a best manner, such that the evaluator does not have much things to ask. Okay, so this answer sheet is your platform to express yourself in a better manner. So treat it in that way. So now that you have understood that the answer sheet is your platform to convey your thoughts to the evaluator, you should also understand from the evaluator's point of view. So many people comment that the evaluator has not assigned proper marks, or he just skipped some questions, or he did not check some of the questions, or he has just given very less marks for certain questions. So first you have to understand what the kind of what will be the state of mind of the evaluator. So in general, the evaluator has to correct 30 to 40 answer sheets per day if it's full time. Otherwise it's 20 or 25. So if you see this 30 or 40 answer sheets per day, they will hardly get 5 or 10 minutes to look at each paper. So within that 5 or 10 minutes you should create your impression, and you should be able to convey your thoughts properly to the evaluator. So basically you should highlight parts of the paper where you feel the answer is correct. You should drag the attention of the evaluator to those attractive points. Okay, so it is your job, it is your paper after all. So you have to take the responsibility to present it in the best manner to the evaluator, because evaluator is a busy guy. He is doing many papers per day, and sometimes they will be in some other state of mind. So many universities actually have a dedicated place and dedicated number of days for paper evaluation. So that is still okay, because the evaluator is in that mood of paper correction, and he knows what is the question, what is the answer. But in many other universities I have seen that all other things go on parallelly. So at one side there will be classes going on for juniors or some other batches, like postgraduate students. On the other hand, they will be doing your paper correction. Simultaneously there will be some conference going on, and at the same time these people will be doing some project reviews for the final year students. So like this, many things will be going on at the same time in many colleges, and out of that the faculty has to take out some time for correction. So you can understand what kind of state of mind they are in, and maximum they will spend 5 to 10 minutes only on your paper. So within that 5 to 10 minutes you have to present your paper in such a manner that you drag all their attention and highlight the important parts of your paper, and therefore get more marks. So with this background information, let us see what else you can do in order to improve your presentation of the answer sheet. Most of these tips you must have heard in your school days. So somewhere down the lane you have missed it or forgot it, but the basics are still the same, like start with your best answer. So many people argue like there's nothing like first impression, you can start with any question which you want, but it's not true. The first and second answer should be the best answers which you know perfectly. So it will create a positive impression, and that will actually carry forward for remaining answers also. And keep the answer sheet clean. If you write 2-3 lines here and then you feel that these are wrong, so cut them off completely, like strike them off completely, and maybe if possible you make some box around it, and so this much part is wrong in the answer sheet. So like that you can give clarity to the examiner that that much part in the answer sheet is useless or it's wrong. Then one more thing is, one important thing, many of the people, they write the question numbers at the left side of the margin, and many times what happens is when you fold it, or when you nowadays many universities are scanning the answer sheets, so during the scanning this question number may be cut, okay, so it may not be scanned properly. So it's better thing to write the question number inside the margin on the left side, and then you can also underline it, or you can put it in a box so that it stands out, and that fellow will see that okay, the question 1 is starting here, and okay, so inside the margin and highlight with a box or underline like this, double underline, so something with the opposite color pen. Okay, so many people think that red color is not allowed for student, but maybe you can use some black color. Okay, so let us say you are writing question number 1 in blue color, you can always use black underlining or black color box, such that they see that okay, a new question is starting here. So many times the problem with the answering scheme is that students do not write the question numbers properly. So that is the main problem. So suppose if you write here like this, then the person will understand, okay, 2 different questions are there here. But our people, our students, what they will do, they will just write it somewhere small here, question 2, and then this evaluator will think that this is all one question only, and therefore he will just award from 10 marks. Okay, so it is your duty to give the clarity that here you are starting another question. So then next we will see what else is there. So underline after each answer. So this is one minimum courtesy, minimum respect. This if you underline after each and every answer, let us say question 1, you have written some ABC, something you have written. So once you finish that question 1, just draw a line like this, then start the question 2. So this line is indicating that that first question is over. Okay, so it helps a lot for the evaluator to demarcate your answers, and thereby it will also prompt him to award the marks here itself, because you underlined it and you are telling that this answer is over, so this fellow will immediately award the marks here itself. But suppose if that line is not there and this question 2 is not visible properly, generally what I feel is this, even though you have written second answer, I may feel that it's a continuation of first answer, or it's first answer only. So instead of giving 7 marks here and 6 marks to the second question, if I see them as a single question, I may just award together 8 marks or something like that. So it is better to underline like this or draw a line like this. Okay, so that should be single and straight, and that is the minimum respect which you are giving for the evaluator or the examiner. So for God's sake, please draw this line after each and every answer which you finish. And for management or humanities subjects, or where theoretical things are there, it is better to use the side headings and bullet points So then also use more drawings and pictures, so that you can convey your message in a better manner. Also one more tip is that to answer all the parts of a question together. So generally if you have 3a, 3b, 3c, so try to answer them together. Okay. So some of the students, what they do, they write some second answer here, then they write 3a, in between they will write 4, 5, then come back to 3c, then write 6, 7, and finally write 3b. So this is a very bad thing to do the correction. 3a is here and 3c is somewhere in the middle of some other answers and 3b somewhere else. So it's very disturbing, and as I said, the evaluator will see your paper only to 5 to 10 minutes. So within that, if you write like this, then chances are that they may skip your 3c or they may skip your 3b, and then you don't get those 5 marks, and then you start complaining that paper was unchecked, like some questions were unchecked. Okay, so try to write all parts of a given question together. That will improve your chances, because it's straightforward for the evaluator to finish that question completely, right? And it is a good practice to write PTO. Okay, so if your answer is not over in this page, please write PTO at the bottom, so that the person is compelled to turn the page, otherwise he may think your answer is over. Okay, and in the next page you start with the continuation. Okay, continuation of which answer? 3a answer or 2b answer. So that will also improve the presentation, and that fellow will know that he is still reading that same third answer only. Okay, so that kind of see, it is like drag attention by underlining or highlighting. So basically this is your paper, this is your mark which you want to leave on the answer sheet. So it is your responsibility to keep it clean and drag the evaluator's attention. So for that, if you have some good points in your answer, you underline them or you highlight them or you put arrow mark in front. I will show you in the next slide. So for numerical questions, you have to definitely write given data is something, some given data is there. Then they are asking to find this one. Before even finding out that one, you can also write we know that something. Okay, so we know that this can be found out using this formula. Then whenever you are writing any approximations, try to give the reason inside the bracket. Like suppose if you have written like a plus b plus c is there, then you have written it as some a plus b plus c. So why you have written like that? It is since some property may be there, so because of that you have written it like this, so that you explain. Or sometimes you may simply write some things out of the integral or out of the derivative. Why you have written like that? Is it because it is a isotropic source, or is it due to something? So what made you to bring that parameter outside the integral? Okay, so all such things if you write, it will improve the presentation of your paper. And also sometimes within the parts of a question like 1a, 1b, if you have, you can draw a dotted line like this in order to indicate that part of a question is over. Okay, so that will also give a clarity to the evaluator that you have finished 1a and he should award marks corresponding to this one. Okay, so like this you can drag the attention. Here if you see this red color arrow mark, so I see that this is a important point in my answer, so I used to draw like this double arrow mark, and then if I feel it is still more important point, I used to put a star mark here. So this kind of tips will drag the attention of the evaluator. So here write extra near the question if it's in a choice. Okay, so sometimes you write 5 questions and then sixth question also, but in fact it is a choice. So instead of directly writing it straight away, please mention that it is extra question in bold. Okay, so that that fellow will know that it is an extra question. Otherwise he comes across 6 answers and he has to figure out which one is extra, why it is extra, and he may think that you are manipulating and something, so he may deduct the marks also. Okay, so don't do those kind of things. If you are writing anything extra, you just mention it as extra. Unless there is a negative marking, try to answer all the questions. So that is an important tip. Okay, see what will be the worst thing that can happen. You will get only 0 marks. Okay, there is no negative marking, right? So but a good thing is that try to answer all these questions at the bottom, like since your best answers are at the top, 1, 3, 4, 5, let us say these are your best answers, and then you don't know anything in 6, 7, 8, so please write them at the bottom, such that it won't interfere or it won't influence the marks of your good questions. Okay, so some people will do interleaving job like 1, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8, 5. So once this kind of ugly answers are coming across, the tempo of the evaluator will be gone, and he may not award the proper marks. Okay, so try to write all the unknown questions or the questions which you are not confident at the bottom. Okay, so that is one important tip. And whenever you have some calculations, please make a rough column like this and try to do the rough work here itself, because I have seen many answer sheets where this, let us say this partial fraction is needed, a by something, so directly the student is writing this answer like a is -1, b is +2, and the evaluator is guessing how this fellow has got this answer, because the student doesn't write any rough work here. Instead he does the rough work in the last page of the answer sheet. So we have to keep guessing how come this fellow has got this answer. Did he copy from somewhere, or did he really know the answer? So don't put the evaluator in such a such a spot. So put a rough column here and try to do all the rough work here itself, so that you also have clarity and the fellow has also clarity. And once you finish all your answers, just draw this line and write end, so you are signaling that your answer sheet is over. Okay, so so these are some of the tips which you have to follow when you are writing any exam, because nowadays it is exam season, and in engineering courses you have to come across, or you have to attend many exams. So all the best. Thank you for your patience.